Hi guys, Peter here. Today I have another village run video. I have two bikes, but in this video we will cover one. I have this KLR 650 and the Suzuki GSX 600. If you don't know who I am and what I do, go check out my introduction video on my channel. Now let's get into these bikes. First on the agenda we have this KLR 650. When I was picking this machine up, I thought I'm picking the older brother of this bike, the KLR 600, as the advert said is 600. And I didn't load this bike into my van. The previous owners loaded for me because the center shock here, the rear shock, was dismounted and the wheel was rubbing onto this area right here. And when they was loading the bike, I noticed the plastics on the tank were a little bit newer, and I didn't care about that because these bikes are for parts, they are scrap, so I didn't pay any attention to this. And after I brought it home, I discovered that this bike is KLR 650, the newer one. Again, the bike sat, as you can see, from all the dust on it. The bike sat for a couple years. They lost the keys and it doesn't run, and I don't know what's wrong with it. That's what we will have to determine in this video. So without further ado, let's put a battery in it, turn the switch on and see what lights do we have on this bike. I've got the battery installed. I will take the seat off, it's not bolted on anyways, and also I will take off the tank, which is done quite uneasy, one-handed. Okay, put it down here, and I expect this bike to have an electrical issue, because when you see stuff like this, when it's super glued, or when they use this glue from that glue gun and they use it literally everywhere, that's always a bad sign, and that's a sign of some wiring issue. I will take a flathead screwdriver, turn this ignition switch on, and we'll go from there. So we have a neutral switch, we have a high temperature light on, it doesn't matter. Put this thing to run and push the starter button. Okay, so the bike cranks. That's a good start. Now we will check for spark. Okay, I rigged up the ignition wire with some used spark plug, and we will check for spark. So watch for the spark. And we have spark. So now I think what I should do is remove the carburetor and clean it, put some gasoline in it, and then start it. So this carburetor here, they jimmy rigged some return spring on here which is not original. We will get rid of that. Probably the return cable or the linkage itself is frozen. Yeah, you can see it's not returning, so probably the cable or the linkage here is frozen. So we will take care of that after we have the carburetor out. This carburetor is vacuum operated, and we have two clamps holding it to the motorcycle here. I will undo the intake manifold one and a little more on the airbox side. Now I need 10mm to crack loose these cables, and then it's just a matter of wiggling this thing out. Okay. Okay, 10mm to the action. And also, guys, I have an appointment or meeting with a guy. He sells an ultrasonic cleaner, which I really want to buy. He wants more than $1,000 for that ultrasonic cleaner, and the brand new that cleaner was like $5,000, so 1,000 is a good price. But as if you know me a little bit, if you watched some other of my videos, you know that I want everything as cheap as possible. Who doesn't, right? But he's supposedly sick this week, so we have an appointment arranged for the next week. So wish me luck, and maybe we will have an ultrasonic cleaner by the next week. Also, I founded a new company, which I will talk in another video about, and I really hope this will work out. So okay, so the throttle cable looks free, and the linkage is looking free too, so we will have some issue down the line. I will set you to the side and I will try to wiggle this thing out. And here is the carburetor. Here is the choke plunger out. Now I will clean the dog bowl and we will clean this puppy up. I've got the bowl all shined up. As you can see, we have still a little bit of build-up that I wasn't able to clean up from the XT600 we did a couple weeks ago. If you didn't see that video, go check it out. It's in the Will It Run playlist. I think that's a really long and cool video, so you should definitely check this out. And also, if you like what I do, consider subscribing please, and give this video a like. I will be really pleased. And as you can see, I have the same clothes as I did a month ago, and yes, they've been washed like ones since then, and they are really dirty. But as hey, oh, never mind. Let's back to the carburetor. This carburetor has on the bottom a little Allen head keys, so I will spin those off and we will look inside of this puppy. I really hope that the deal with the ultrasonic cleaner will go through, but when I said this out loud, that the deal will not happen, or the machine will not work. So if there is somebody who's watching these videos and wants to wish me luck, then please, I will post this video after I made a deal, because I'm trying to put up at least one video a week, and that's why you might see this video after I already lost or already bought that ultrasonic cleaner. So we will see. The future will tell us. So now I will crack this loose. I will probably fast forward it because we already saw that a couple times, and you know how to dismantle a carburetor because you are already skilled. We don't have that much crap inside. That's good. So I will fire up the compressor and we will dive into this carburetor. I changed my gloves to the nitrate ones, and I said I will speed this up for you, but I want to talk a little money on this bike. I purchased this bike for $350. It was rather close to my house, so the gasoline, the diesel I spent on the trip was only 25 bucks, so I came at 375 bucks. As I said on the beginning of the video, I thought I'm buying the KLR 600, the old 80s bike, and it turned out as the KLR 650, which, if we can bring the bike back to life, it will be very, very good, because that bike is like twice the price of the KLR 600. So hopefully the bike will not have some issue with the engine, like knocking or ticking and something like that. So the valve body and needle looks fairly good. I will take the float off and this needle. Now the main jet. Oh, look at it. Can you see that? Can you see, like, that main jet was not even tight? Huh, that's weird. That's really, really, really weird. Maybe somebody was messing with the bike before us and they gave up on it, so I don't know. We'll see. Now the idle jet. What is that? It came from here, I suppose. Yeah. Can you see this? This is the little seat that the needle is coming to, like this. God damn it! The little retainer clip is missing on this. So this sits like that, and this sits like that, and this little thing is inside the carburetor, and the needle is going through this to the emulsion tube. In fact, this is a part of an emulsion tube. So, last but not the least, we have the idle mixture screw. I have to take this also. That's missing its spring. This should be spring loaded. So definitely somebody was messing with this carburetor. I will hose it off with some brake clean, and then I will blow it with the compressed air, reassemble it, put it back on the machine and try to start it. The carburetor is back from the compressor. I will take these jets and blow them also, and then we will take a look at the reassembly in the fast forward. And now fast forward, please. Sir, would you mind blowing in this tube? But I'm not drunk. No, but after this you will be high on the gasoline. So, closed, open. Now, again, fast forward. So the little fella here is back again. The linkage is free, so we have a problem with rusted cable. I will reinstall it and we'll try to crank it, I guess. got my work gloves back on. I will try to stick this back in, and we will fill this with some fuel and try to crank it. Alright, that carburetor put up a little fight. I ended up doing it properly and taking off the subframe and lifting it out of the way. I connected the booster pack, and I also connected the fuel hose. I will fill it up and we will try to start it. My camera battery is dying, my Hummingbird is on, and the fuel is in, the spark plug is in. I will turn on the ignition, hold the choke, we'll try to start it. It wants to, but it doesn't run yet. I will try to inject some fuel directly to the cylinder and we'll see. I discovered some things behind the camera. It was just like a second. You can see this wrinkle up here. This bike was probably crashed, and that's just a minor thing. The main thing I discovered is, watch the spark plug. I don't know if you will be able to see that, but watch the spark plug. Can you see that? Can you see the spark jumping across the spark plug? I think we have a bad spark plug. Let me change it out. I've got that spark plug out. It's wet and it wasn't even tight. So as I said, they was messing with that bike. Maybe that's what they didn't see. The porcelain on the spark plug, you cannot see that, but it's cracked. That spark plug is straight garbage. I will replace it with another one and see what that will do for us. Alright, new spark plug, and by new I mean used. Still nothing. My battery died last night, so it's another day. I will do a little recap on this bike. It doesn't start yet. We found that faulty spark plug, we cleaned the carburetor, and it still doesn't want to start. So I went ahead and I measured decompression. Due to the cheat sheet that I downloaded from the service manual, this bike, it has a decompression valve and it should have a minimum of 77 psi. This bike had, I have it right here, like 65, so that's not okay. After the battery died, I tore off the valve cover, and look what I found. So here is the valve cover unbolted and taken off the machine. Here we have the valve train, and here is the decompression valve. For all of you that don't know how the decompression valve works, it's just a weight system that's operated by the RPM. Here you have a little tab, as you can see. I'm moving that tab, and the tab is pushing on the exhaust valve when the RPMs are low to help start this engine. And I hopefully found a problem with this. Let me bring my feeler gauges and I will show you what I mean. Here we have our feeler gauges. This bike, I think, should have on the intake valve like 0.10 millimeters, and on the exhaust side it should have like 0.20 millimeters. I have a 0.05 millimeters, and watch this. This is an intake valve. I can't put the feeler gauges under the intake valve. Now see if we can put it under the exhaust valve. No, we can't. Only this one exhaust valve, as you cannot see, but you will have to trust me on this. Here I can slide the feeler gauges with a little rag, so only this one exhaust valve has like 0.07 millimeters of clearance. So that means I will try to change out all these shims under the camshaft here, and I will try if that will help. So let me start with disassembling the chain and the chain tensioner, and we will go from there. I will start on the left side of the motorcycle with removing the tension of the spring tension of the... Oh my god, this thing is tight. Oh, this thing should be tightened to 12 Newton meters, and oh, this was tight, man. This was over tightened. So I will remove the spring tension of it, and the spring and the bolt comes right out. I will put them on the ground here, not a better place, but then I will remove two 10 millimeters on the valve tensioner body itself. Got my 10 mil right here. Crack these bolts loose. I also noticed some seeping around the cylinder head, and also there are missing nuts here in front and back here. So that can be a problem too. So we will have to add those and retorque the head. I will take it out and then we will proceed to the cam itself. I've got the tensioner out and retracted. Now I will find a sweet spot where you can see anything that I'm doing over here. I will unbolt the camshaft caps, lay them how they're supposed to lay, and we will undo the camshafts and we'll see what's hiding underneath. Okay, I got you propped, so hopefully you can see something. What I'm doing here, I'm loosening the caps on the camshafts here. It's a 4 10mm bolts, and then I will take a piece of paper and I will write down the shims that are being on the under the camshaft right now. I will order the right ones, and then we will, after they arrive, we will take this thing back together and we will see if that will make us any difference and about if the bike will start. So I have them all loose now. Just this last one here. This is a little bit cramped. Next, what I will do, I will take a clean rag and I will put them aside just how they supposed to go on the machine here. Alright, I've got them all loose. Now don't do this at home. I will pry a little on their meeting surfaces to get them free. Don't do this. Try to wiggle them out, but these are being a really stubborn ones. So don't do this. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, this one is out. We have some grooves. That's not looking really good, but it will have to do. Another one. This one looks better. And now the exhaust side. Piece of gasket. This oil tube. Another one. Now the last one. This one looks the best of all them. Now, once they are out of the way, we should be able, and we are, to lift on the camshaft and extract the shims on the valves. So I will slightly extract this, find that extraction hole, rotate it. Alright, this camera is keep getting what she wants to do. Probably all the video before this was without a sound, so I have my cheat sheet right here, and I will measure all the shims, and I will count which new shims I need to order. And also I have my heater going. This will be a folklore, this will be a thing in my winter videos, because I'm cold. I will measure them out and then I will give you an update. I've got the numbers right here. So we have 265, 260, 260, 255. So I need order all 4 new ones, and we have to order 250 and 245. Here we have 240, and we have here we will order 240. So 240, 240, 250, and 245. So here we are. We are going to order a couple of shims. I'm really playing with the idea in my mind with buying a set of thinner shims that I measured, because my valve clearance was 0. So I don't know about maybe the valves were a little bit open, and we will do shims like in this case 250, and that shim will be large one. So maybe we will buy another even thinner shims, but right now I will order the shims that I measured. So we need 1 250 and then we will need 1 245. So let's find 245. We need one of those, and then we need two 240s for the 2 pieces of those. So I will pay like 50 or 60 bucks for those, or I will pay 80 for 8 of them. So let's see, we will see how that goes. I will have to think that through, because As you all know, I like to save a lot of money, so I will order those and we'll see you in the next episode where we will put the bike back together. So that will be the end of this episode. I ordered the shims and we will wait until they are delivered. It will take a couple days, and then I will post another episode when we will put that bike together and see if we can make it run again. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for that. Have a nice day. Be safe out there. I'm out of here. Bye.